Reality U teaches high school students the vital financial skills they'll need after they graduate. Students studying Lewis and Clark get a special hands-on opportunity to experience what it took to be an explorer. Shawnee Mission students celebrate excellence and innovation at the 51st Annual Research and Development Forum. And middle school students learn being in a musical means singing, dancing, and a whole lot more. It's all ahead on this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Welcome to Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. I'm your host, Leanne Neal. The ability to manage a budget is a life skill everyone will need, but many end up learning as they go. Now a new program is teaching basic money skills to better prepare high school students for the real world. Welcome to Reality U, a financial literacy workshop offered to freshmen at Shawnee Mission West. On this day, students are taking part in a simulation. Each filled out a survey with interests and their GPA. Now they have a packet of information that shows where their life could be at age 26.
They've been assigned a marital status, an income, a job category, a credit score, and they have been given a salary from which the taxes have already been excluded. And now, with the remaining money, their monthly salary that they've got, they have to travel to 14 different stations in here, and using a checkbook ledger, they have to pay all of their bills for that month.
Students are taking Reality U seriously.
My occupation is I'm a farmer, so I don't see the need for expensive clothing, so I got yard sale clothes and I'm going to work in those.
It's really hard to keep a good budget and keep your money steady. It's really hard. You have to think about everything. I think it's really helpful to learn it now, so when you're older, you know what to do.
I think I'll learn about insurance, and there's more than just buying things. There's taxes, you gotta get insurance, you gotta get cars, you gotta make payments, and all that stuff.
Helping run the simulation are volunteers from financial institutions around the community. Frank Scheck is a credit counselor.
We do a lot of community involvement, and there's nothing better than to start with people this age to learn how to save money and to not overspend.
Well, what's happening here at West is very unique because it's never been done in the Kansas City area to have the business community take the step into a high school and put together a program of this much, requiring this much organization, this many volunteers, and we're amazed that it has happened at Shawnee Mission West.
It came to Shawnee Mission West thanks to an idea pitched by freshman Jo Lynn Smith.
And I realized that there weren't very many events for teenagers out there, and I mentioned it to my mom, and then I got in contact with Money Smart. They were really interested in the idea, and so I got involved with them and some other organizations, and we came up with an curriculum for teenagers.
Reality U coordinator Ashley Ferguson hopes the lessons learned today will have a lasting impression.
In short, just how much life actually costs once they get out of high school, once they get out there on their own, to see the reality of things. Also, to see what their family, what their parents go through on a monthly basis.
I hope they're taking it seriously, and I hope they realize that this is a great opportunity to learn about how to balance your money, how to watch your money, and just a good way to be aware for the future.
You go to school and you learn all this, but then once you go into the real world, money skills, you have to have them. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, everyone needs to know basic financial literacy.
Before students did the Reality U simulation, they also had classes on budgeting, saving, and wealth building. Up next, we'll see how a visit to a discovery center transports students back in time. Welcome back. Part of the district's 5th grade curriculum is a study of the Lewis and Clark expedition. But how can teachers make these pages from history come alive? How about with a visit to the Anita B. Gorman Discovery Center?
Welcome. My name is Wendy, and I'd like to welcome you to Discovery Center. Has anybody been here before?
5th grade classes from Westwood View traveled to the center at 47th and Troost to check out its Lewis and Clark exhibit.
The Anita B. Gorman Center features a Lewis and Clark theme. It's part of the Missouri Conservation Department. So we had stations where the students learned about Lewis and Clark and applied their knowledge, actual school tasks and skills, and then we're asking them to plan for the future.
Volunteers helped guide the students through the different stations. One named Digger kicked things off.
Your charge to willing participants. The object of your mission is to explore the Anita B. Gorman Conservation Discovery Center and learn about conservation and the Lewis and Clark expedition.
From there, students divided into groups and began to explore things such as primary source journal entries from the expedition and artwork that tried to show what the landscape might have looked like at that time.
Thomas Jefferson sent them to explore the unknown land in America, and that they had to use compasses, and it was really hard, and they had a lot of men with them, and they were all supposed to keep a journal, but not a lot of them did.
Students were able to check out a half-scale keelboat modeled after the one Lewis and Clark used. Students learned where supplies were stored and how the boat was designed to help the explorers if they came under attack.
They could store all kinds of things in here, but also if there were bad guys, they could pull these up, get their muskets out, and get behind them. And these would protect them against arrows.
Learning about the boat was a highlight for Gabe.
My favorite part was probably seeing the boat and all the things that they made by their hands, you know, not in a factory, which people usually do now, and like what they had to do manually and just use their hands, and like muskets, not, you know, and bows and arrows, not like modern things that we have today, and just being able to do that was just amazing.
Another station gave students a chance to check out some pelts and skulls and to think about what animal they might have come from and how Lewis and Clark might have been able to use them. Students had to become investigators at the artifact station. They were given an assortment of items and had to guess if it would have been something the explorers used, something they traded with the Native Americans, or something they wanted to take back to show President Jefferson. The day seemed to give students a better understanding of what Lewis and Clark and their team may have experienced.
I think it would be really, really hard being those two guys, just not much stuff, and then just surviving off your bare hands. But of course you have guns and other tools, but still you gotta use what you have.
I think they've really enjoyed it. I have just seen lots of enthusiasm, lots of smiles, and I know that they would be interested to invite their family back to this center.
And this is one of the things that is both a national treasure as well as a local treasure. So getting to experience it firsthand and having that tie-in and really understanding what it was like, that there were people in this area before us, and then having them just be able to walk in those shoes for just a little bit just makes it so much more meaningful than a list of dates and the names of dead guys.
What a great day and a great chance to step back in time. Our thanks to the Anita B. Gorman Discovery Center for making it happen. A Shawnee Mission senior puts it all on the line with an ambitious woodworking project. Will he finish his boat in time for the Research and Development Forum? The answer when Spotlight on Shawnee Mission returns.
My name is Corey, and I read the book The Extraordinary Mark Twain According to Susie by Barbara Curley. Mark Twain is a well-known American author and humorist from the 19th century. What is unique about this book is that his 13-year-old daughter Susie decides to write a biography about her father in her journal to set the record straight. Within the book are Susie's actual handwritten entries with her misspellings and insights about everyday life with her famous father. I also like the extra features in the book, which included a timeline of Mark Twain's life and tips for writing your own extraordinary biography. I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. Read it!
Welcome back. Each year, the Research and Development Forum celebrates excellence and innovation across the district. The event lets students share their talents in the many ways they have gone above and beyond in their work with members of the community. In addition to student projects, there's plenty of activity as teachers and students hosted a variety of interactive educational exhibits. Other students put their knowledge to the test in a social studies brain bowl and display the results of their work in a variety of long-range projects. The Rainier family has supported the forum since it began 51 years ago, and this celebration of educational achievement is able to continue each year thanks to their generous support. All year, we've been following a very special industrial arts project taken on by Shawnee Mission Northwest student Elliot Alpert. His plan was to enter it in the R&D Forum, and as the event neared, Elliot was working hard to get his boat ready to show.
It's called a Glen L. Malahini. It's a 16-foot runabout with a 75-horse outboard. It's a lightweight boat with a big engine.
It's an ambitious project that has consumed a lot of Elliot's time.
I've got first, second, third period in here. I come down during lunch, before and after school, and then I'm down to like just about every weekend day. So there's a lot of time in here.
It's coming along great. He's going to make it for the Research and Development Forum on the 26th. Lots of work to be done between now and then, but he's doing a great job, and he's got a little bit of help here and there, so it all looks good. He's learning lots and lots of things.
Now that he's in the home stretch, Elliot admits this project wasn't quite what he expected.
When I was watching like other people building their boats and stuff and other people like working on their projects, I feel like it looks so much easier like when you're seeing it than when you're actually building it.
Although it's been a lot of work, Elliot says he's enjoyed the process.
Oh yeah, it's been great fun. Like people in here love helping. They make it a fun thing. It's more of a project. Okay, the job of building it is more fun than like whatever the end result is going to be.
Elliot says he's also grateful for the support from his industrial arts teacher.
Mr. Shermer, he's great. Like he'll come in on weekends, help me get things figured out. Like we'll like hit a wall and like we'll have to like walk through it step by step with him, and he'll have a plan for anything, no matter what. And it's really great. He knows what he's doing.
An adult, experienced woodworker that you would normally take 24 months to complete this project. And Elliot, being a senior in high school, is going to do it in basically 8 to 9 months. So yeah, I'm impressed.
Elliot's plans for his boat after R&D?
I'll probably take it to college, take it up to my uncle's summer home for a summer. It's going to get some definite use.
Elliot did complete his boat in time to be featured at the 51st Annual Research and Development Forum at Shawnee Mission West. And for all of his hard work, he was honored with the prestigious Rainier Award. Congratulations, Elliot. Great work. Some middle school students thought they were signing up for the spring musical, but what they got were lessons in friendship, time management, and leadership. Up next, the magic of musical theater. Welcome back. Sometimes it takes a little organized chaos to make the magic that is musical theater. Westridge Middle School students learned that firsthand in their presentation of Rogers and Hammerstein's Oklahoma.
What? Yeah, what?
Well, we're staging our spring musical. It's a really, really big undertaking. We've got just shy of 100 students involved, whether they're in the cast. Our sets are made entirely by the students. We've got a student costume crew that's been stitching in the fax room. We have students running all of our lights and sound, designing the media elements.
On this day, the students begin something called Tech Week. In theater, it's the first time actors, costumers, set, lights, and sound crews have all been brought together to begin the final phase of putting the production together.
It's going to feel a little crazy because, like I said, it's literally a 3-ring circus. The first ring is what's started happening here already, and that's costume fittings, costume fixings, finding things. The techies in the back are going to be going through their scripts, getting cues written in their scripts. I will be working on stage with the stage crew, getting them squared away, and they're going to dry tech all of their work. You guys have the entire time to work with them.
Sarah Allison is enjoying being part of the costume crew.
This is my first year doing stuff like this. I've always kind of had something to do with clothing because I've always really liked designing things, and this I can actually do it, and I kind of have a little bit of guidance, so it's kind of good to do this because I've learned lots of things while I'm doing something I really enjoy.
Although her sister Catherine has moved on to Shawnee Mission West, for this show, Westridge wanted her back to help run the show as stage manager.
I am enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I get to come back and see some of the people I worked with last year, and I get to just be not the boss, but be just there and kind of be in charge of things because it's what I like to do.
Director Jason Coates says it is important to give students an opportunity to lead both behind the scenes and on the stage.
I remember when I was in middle school, and I came from Shawnee Mission, I was an Antioch Middle School grad. There was a lot of fun stuff to do with the intramural program, but there weren't the leadership opportunities that you get to see when you're in high school, to be club president, to be a stage manager, to be a team captain, what have you. So it's really fun to be able to bring those opportunities to these kids here and see them really flourish.
Mr. Coates is really strict, but he's fun, and he's a really good director, and I enjoy working with him.
Being part of the production requires a lot of out-of-class work for these young thespians, which means they have to be ultra-organized to get it all done.
It builds responsibility and character because it teaches you, like when you get older, how to balance everything because, you know, you have schoolwork and you have to, do classwork and juggling everything. It teaches you a very valuable lesson to keep up with everything. Don't put too much on your plate.
But responsibility and organizational skills aren't the only benefits of being part of Oklahoma's cast and crew.
It's really cool. I love performing in front of the audience. I love being able to say that I can entertain someone for a night or, have that going on to tell a story.
It's an honor to do it in middle school because it gets you prepared for next year when you go to West, and I just think it's great.
I hope it just gives me experience because when I get a little older, I'd like to do it professionally, like maybe try and go for some movie parts or maybe even perform on Broadway when I get older.
You just feel like you're a family here, and there's people here that will help you through anything, and it's just a lot of fun.
People are starting to talk.
What are they saying, that you're stuck on me?
Most of the talk is that you're stuck on me.
Artistically, of course, I love seeing these kids grow and develop acting chops very early on, start to get a feeling for what it feels like to really not just get up on stage and put on a mask and go through the motions, but to start to get into the craft and go, oh, this is how I deal with a line. This is how I make a choice.
This is how I get into a character's head. Outside of the artistic component, there's a sense of responsibility, a sense of self-determination, and a sense of confidence, these kind of life skills that come out of it.
That's all the time we have for this episode of Spotlight on Shawnee Mission. Join us again as we continue to feature the programs and people of Shawnee Mission who are helping guide students to success. Thank you for watching.